questions, and now I am ready for interrogation.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please give us details on your meeting with President Reagan. Did you seek any firm commitments? Did you get them?
Well, a firm commitment as to when we are going to review the basis, yes. A firm commitment that a mechanism be set for the study of our economic problems, yes. Because, as you know, the reason we have a deficit in our balance of payments is the commodity prices went down because of your domestic deflationary policies, your interest rates. But all of this can be worked out, and so it has been agreed. Secretary Reagan of the Treasury is going to meet with our foreign minister, who is also prime minister, regularly. The next meeting is next November, I think. So we have worked that out. The national security matters will be worked out by the defense minister. The two defense ministers are also meeting in November. Those are the specific ones. We have also entered into a tax agreement and air agreement. This afternoon, tomorrow, there will be some kind of agricultural agreement. As you know, we have one of the most modern and biggest concentration of agricultural and natural scientists in Asia. This is in Los Baños, the University of the Philippines. And we have biogenetics, we have plant engineering, we have, name it. You remember that the International Rice and Research Institute is based there, and that it was the one that produced the new type of rice which produced the rice green revolution. And we helped your scientists produce the corn that can fight mildew. When your scientists could not produce it, we did. That center is going to be developed. We are also hoping to be able to exchange technology on non-conventional energy and other matters.
It has been reported that your government will seek $2 billion in rent from the U.S. for the Philippine bases. Is this an accurate report?
No, it is not. We have never talked about figures.
Louder and clearer. We can understand the question.
Tingnan nyo nga, no? So, may mga pictures na lumalabas na noon, no? Na, ulitin po natin.
In the rent, the answer is no. We haven't quoted any figure. What we have asked is this. We want a study. What is it that is necessary in order that we can perform our job? You and I know that if the Philippines is attacked, the United States is not necessarily bound to immediately react, because the provision of the Mutual Defense Pact is that you will immediately take steps as is necessary to meet the contingency in accordance with your constitutional processes. But
pakinggan po natin about foreign policy po ito, no? Ito yung sinasabi ni Madam Lenny na gagayahin niya yung Ukraine, no? Gagayahin niya yung Ukraine na kumbaga tumitindig sa kanyang paninindigan, no? Na pwede niyang i-apply sa Pilipinas pag siya ay naging pangulo. Pero anong sabi ni Ferdinand Marcos? Ito po 'yon, pakinggan po natin mabuti.
What does that mean? That means that you go to the Senate and the House of Representatives. What does that mean? That means delay while we are dying there.
Ayan, so yung defense treaty, mga kababayan, ay talagang malinaw na malinaw kay Ferdinand Marcos na kapag sinunod po nila o umanib sila, no, ng umanib sila sa US or sa NATO, hindi malinaw sa kanya kung talagang ipagtatanggol ba sila kung magkaroon man ng pagsakop o pag-aaway, no, sa kanila, or kung gaganti ba sila at ipagtatanggol ang sarili, kaya bang suportahan. So sabi niya, meron kasi nga hindi malinaw doon sa rules ng ng defense treaty, na kapag ka mayroong nangyari na, pag-uusapan pa yan sa mababang kapulungan hanggang sa kataas-taasang kapulungan, kagaya po ng Kongreso at saka ng Senate, So habang naglalabanan sila, nag-uusap sila, samantalang namamatay na yung kasundaluhan ng Pilipinas. Yun po yung sinasabi ni Ferdinand Marcos. Kaya ito yung isang dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng isipan ang Amerika na hindi natin pala kaalyado itong si Marcos. Kailangan maglukluk tayo ng isang papanig sa ating layunin. Yan niya si Cory Aquino, no? Ito, pakinggan po natin ulit.
Most of our allies in Europe, concerned about resisting communism, give the U.S. free bases and even share the cost. Why shouldn't we expect the same kind of cooperation from the Philippines instead of demands for more rent?
Well, for one thing, you haven't exactly paid for what we lost in the last war. If we must make an accounting, 75% of our cities were different.
Ayan, naniningil na si Ferdinand, no? Ito ay biro na yung pabiro niya ay may katotohanan, ha?
Stated in the last war, we lost 1 million men. Shall I quote you the statements of Roosevelt and MacArthur that every Carabao will be paid for? Shall I tell you that the veterans who were inducted into the USAF, the United States Armed Forces of the Philippines, of the Far East, your armed forces were paid only 1/2 the salary of your soldiers? Shall I tell you that we almost turned communists because you refused to recognize us? Shall I tell you that I had a difficult time stopping my guerrillas, 25,000 of them from joining the communists, because precisely you sort of forgot that we had done the fighting for you.
Naintindihan niyo mga kababayan yung sinasabi po ni Ferdinand, no? Sila yung naging dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon po ng insurgencies, no? Kasi ang pangako kasi nila babayaran nila lahat ng mga nangyaring devastation nung panahon po ng digmaan, no? Kaso lang hindi po natupad. Babayaran nila yung mga na-damage nila, no? Hindi natupad, kaya nangyari, nagkaroon ng mga NPA, ng mga guerrilla, ng mga paglaban sa gobyerno, kasi nga hindi tumupad yung usapan o yung pinag-usapan ng Amerika between Philippines. Tuloy po natin.
You know, and we were parts of your armed forces. But in fairness to the American Congress, when we came here and we called attention to the fact that we had been abandoned and forgotten, they themselves in outrage immediately passed a law recognizing the services of the Filipino and reinstating them as parts of the United States Armed Forces in the Far East, including back pay and benefits. That
kaya nagkaroon po ng mga veterans. Kayo mga veterans, pinasweldo ito ng mga Amerikano. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali,
Madam President is the answer, in addition to the fact that those people that you are talking about have been making money at the expense of the United States for quite a long time, while we have not.
After the attack on Pearl Harbor, U.S. bases in the Philippines could not be defended. Why should we expect that in another war these bases would be more reliable?
That's one of the questions that I wanted to find out.